Last month, Canon finally ended their silence over the EOS R1, releasing a development announcement. Then last week, Canon USA teased that the EOS R1 would indeed be coming soon. We were also told that Canon will be holding an event that requires NDAs on July the 4th in Canada, leading us to predict that an announcement would be coming sometime in the middle of July. Well, over the weekend, a source came forward telling us that Canon will indeed be holding an announcement on July the 17th. So is it 100%? Well, not exactly. While I trust this source, and I've known this source for a very long time, I pressed my source a little bit further, asking, well, not who told you this, but where's this information coming from? Is it coming from Asia or North America? And that's a big deal, because if it's coming from Asia, July the 17th could actually be July the 16th. If it's coming from Canon USA, then yes, we would be getting the announcement on July the 17th, most likely around 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. But that's the problem we have at this point. I'm still efforting right now at the time of recording this video to get the exact date and time, who's going to be doing the announcement, and we should have that over the next 24 to 48 hours, hopefully. But there is one thing I did press a little bit further, asking, well, what kind of announcement is this going to be? Is it going to be an announcement of a battle lens, the R1, the R5, and all that sort of stuff? And I was told it's going to be the announcement for everything. So what exactly does that mean? Well, the Canon EOS R1 is a guaranteed certainty. Canon USA has been very clear about that. Yes, we got the development announcement last month, but just last week, Canon USA, tweeted out, the R1 is coming soon. So I have no doubt that this announcement on July the 16th or July the 17th is going to be for the EOS R1, and there's a pretty good chance that the EOS R5 Mark II is also going to be announced at the same event. I mean, if it's going to be for everything, what are you thinking about right now? Well, there's the R1, the R5 Mark II, and some lenses, and some people are talking about the R6 Mark III, the R7 Mark II, but we haven't really heard too much about that. And the purpose of this video is to get out there with a date range for you. We initially predicted it was going to be sometime in the middle of July, but from what our source is telling us now, we can kind of pinpoint it, narrow it down to at least July the 16th and July the 17th. And in terms of specifications, leaked specifications for the Canon EOS R1, well, not a whole lot has changed from what we received last month. That it's going to have a 24 megapixel full-frame stacked sensor. It's going to have a very fast readout speed. It's going to do 16-bit mechanical, 14-bit electronic shutter. It's going to have quad-pixel autofocus, and it's really going to have a huge improvement to the autofocus system to be able to track the subject with a ball. So for sports shooters, it's really going to have a huge improvement. It's going to get eye-controlled autofocus version 2, so an improvement over the R3, an incredible signal-to-noise ratio, very clean high ISO. In terms of video specs, 6K RAW at 120 frames per second, and dual CF Express Type B cards, but this is a kicker here, CF Express Type B Gen 4. It's going to have USB 4 ports, full-size HDMI, and it's going to list for a price around $64.99. At least that's based off of internal pricing. What we get announced could be slightly different. And of course, the Canon EOS R5 Mark II, it's supposed to have the same resolution, 45 megapixels, but it's going to have a full-frame stacked sensor, a whole new design. And what we're expecting is not only some radical improvements to the autofocus system, but to how it detects, how it exposes, how it tracks. This new sensor design could bring us a whole bunch of really impressive capabilities, as we've seen from various patent applications over the past, 6 months. And that's what we're expecting in the R1 as well. It's not just getting, yes, a 24 megapixel full-frame stacked sensor, but a completely redesigned sensor. We're going to see huge improvements in autofocus, exposure, dynamic range, and all that wonderful stuff for both cameras. So it's looking pretty exciting. We just have to wait probably about another 3 weeks or so. And as soon as I hear anything else, I'll come right out to you with a new video stating, yes, we know the exact date and time, or we know this, we know that. But I expect over the next couple of days, more information is going to leak out, and we'll come to you with that information. But there is something I do want to bring up, and I think it's really important. And no, it's not about whether 24 megapixels is enough or it isn't. It's about FOMO, the fear of missing out. All of us wanting to get the latest and greatest. And the reason why I want to put this out there is because while we're all excited about what new cameras might come to the marketplace, take a look at what's on sale right now. Canon's former flagship camera, a DSLR, is currently on sale at B&H for a price of $49.99, and the R3, $39.99. The Canon EOS R5 Mark I, $28.99. And those aren't the only prices that we're seeing. I think I have something like 20 or 30 links in the description down below. We have a whole bunch of pre-orders. So the C400 that was just recently announced, the RF 35mm f1.4, and of course the Panasonic GH7. But there's a whole lot of sales on for Nikon and Canon. If you're looking for a deal, regardless of what camera you're looking at, take a look at some of the cameras that were released over the past few years. I mean, they were considered really good and solid cameras then, but with discounts all the way up to $1,600 off the body alone, you might be tempted into getting something that's a little bit older, but still offering really significant capabilities. I mean, I'm still shooting with 12-year-old cameras that still produce really good results, just like they were on day one. And if you do use these links, these affiliate links or the smart pre-order links in the comment section down below, actually it's in the description down below, these guys right here, I can get a small commission back, anywhere from 2 to 12%, and you know, it doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to pay any extra. You don't have to put in any codes or anything like that. And already we do have the pre-order pages set up for the Canon EOS R1 at Adorama and B&H. Although it just has that notify me button at this point, you can't actually pre-order at this point. But the Canon EOS R5 Mark II, the pages aren't set up for that one as yet. So you can use my smart pre-order links. And what the smart pre-order links will do versus the standard pre-order links is they're going to show you every single kit package available. So body alone, body with any lenses, as well as what Adorama or B&H might decide to offer up. And so by copying down these links, putting them in your browser, refreshing them, one thing that's going to do is help you get a little bit, well, save you a little bit time waiting. So you'll get further up in the queue, so you'll get your camera before anybody else. It might only save you 5 to 35 seconds or so, but what we're getting here is that the Canon EOS R1 is going to be in high demand for the group that it's aimed at, which is sports and fast action photographers, some wildlife photographers, and the Canon EOS R5 Mark II. We're told that the updates in this camera are going to be significant. I wouldn't say game-changing, but they're going to be significant enough that pretty well everybody that has the R5 is going to want this camera. So I can predict, just like we did with the 200 to 800, this lens that I pre-ordered on November the 2nd, there's going to be, I wouldn't be surprised if before, I'd say within the first 15 minutes or so, they're going to sell out at B&H, Adorama, anywhere else, and then you're going to be on back order for months. So that's the reason why I put the smart pre-order links and the pre-order links in the description down below, is just to help save you time, so that way you can be one of the first to get the camera. And if you're still on the fence regarding any one of these, once the pre-orders are available, so you'll be able to pre-order once the embargo is lifted, you can always cancel before the shipping date. Go ahead and pre-order right as soon as the pre-order is available. And then what's going to happen is you'll be able to, you're in the queue. And if you decide not to get it, no big deal. You can cancel. There's no cost. But if you decide to go ahead with it, you're not going to have to wait months while everybody else has their camera firsthand. And that's one of the reasons why I do that. I know it's really frustrating. I never used to do pre-orders until 2020 hit. I would always wait until the day they were available. And there was always product in the store, whether it was video games, cameras, lenses, cars, whatever it was, there was always the ability to get that early. And then 2020 hit, and now everything is back ordered. It's kind of like, remember the iPhone when it first came out? People would queue up around the block. I always thought that was just silliness, but here we are, and now we've still got people waiting for the 200 to 800 millimeter, which is just absolutely crazy. So hopefully we have some more information soon. I wouldn't be surprised if more information will be coming out tomorrow or the day after. But as we start to have this camera being in more people's hands, the R5 and the R1, and we have those dealer NDA meetings where they talk about new cameras, we can expect information to leak out very, very soon. Despite these NDAs being signed, there's always somebody in the chain that leaks out information. And to this point, hasn't been me. I can't tell you where I'm getting my information from, but you know, it's really exciting as I get emails or as I get messages from all sorts of different parts of social media. I mean, things are definitely heating up. So relax, take it easy. These cameras will be out long before you realize it, and if you want one, they'll be in your hands, even if you do have to wait a little bit. But that's it for now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching this video till the very end. I know I had a little bit of verbal diarrhea there, but you know what, sometimes, yeah, I haven't done a video in a few days, and I've actually been relaxing. It's beautiful outside, and didn't even feel like doing any work today. It's Sunday, it's late Sunday, and I just thought I'd get you a video ready. Maybe I'll have this come out at 3 o'clock in the morning. Anyhow, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you again soon. Have yourself a great week. All right, I just need to end it now. Bye.